back again. We are left out with the last two games of Battleground Mobile India. You guys are watching Hornbill Championship Season 2 presented by Esports Association of Nagaland. My name is Saurabh. With me has been joined by Hector again. Hector, welcome back for a short game. You were to win there. How are you first of all?
So I'm completely jam-packed, and by seeing how the points table is looking like right now, I'm really pumped to see what actually lies ahead in the next two upcoming matches that I'm found. So far, Autobotz, they have been selling to their fullest and their the machine is really the game, and it feels like there is nobody who can take them down except for some of the teams who are just taking behind them. But the main question is that kind of 12 points lead that right now Autobotz has been set. Can they maintain it for the next two matches, or if they fall apart in the next match, this can be a tight situation because TSN, they're also looking really well.
Absolutely. TSN and Mazda, SEG, all these teams are in contention, but Autobotz and TSN go out straight head to head. Because it was just a storyline that in the third game, the second game for the which is the first game for today, the head-on fight is going a lot. They got eliminated 0 points. And if something like that happens in the last game, suddenly see things changing. And if that happens, that could be really, really big. But here you go, fourth match, Miramar is right up in front of the screens. Let's see who's going to come out swinging in this game.
It is going to be an important game. Kohima, this is going to be the second last game of this entire grand finals. And once again, we can start with the golden map of Miramar. This is a flight pass running from the north of Australia, anything down south of Nagaland to watch Kohima. This is looking interesting Miramar. Always the last Miramar gives us something extraordinary to cherish and remember. Now it is time to see which team will go forward and keep their heads up high in this competition. Autobotz, they have 82 total points on the board with 62 elements, and then TSN coming into the picture with only 70 points with 44 elements in their lead. Not much difference. 12 points is what TSN going to need to equalize with Autobotz, but for them to beat Autobotz, you have to go for some early contention guard. Just pray to God that Autobotz can take an early exit in the map of the game.
Absolutely. For that, there should be some clashes happening. But I think the course of things, this one and the next one coming up, the pace is going to be a little bit different than yesterday, and also on the points for how we started today as well. So the circle is going to distinguish a lot of already around this area. Not only see this, there is one guy they are going to get challenged by Avituo, but it has started. It gets into the shots, but this is a viciously bad game, right? You know how to put on this.
Sometimes it is annoying, but it's okay. I mean, for initial weapons, for initial fights, you do get to see some sort of actions and all of sort of TPW. But most of the TPW, they have had their own fair shares of their game in the map of Miramar. Every time it's collided, there's going to be some big setback to the sponsors, but I mean, they're already way too down there in the overall ranking, so it kind of doesn't bother much. To any tournament, the good note is what I really thought they were supposed to do looking forward in at least in the final two games, because give us enough amount of break before these matches, and now I really kind of thought that they will get the reset for sponsors, please do something better in the last final game and grab some decent points, maybe finish in the middle ranking to the overall standings, but it is not the very simple story of the world.
We thought that it was just good things because it started off pretty well. Those 8 pointers, 9 pointers were pretty comfortably gaining those elimination points because of this. They have been given the that they have the most aggressive team in this lobby, but look at this. Ari being taken out, not good sign. Someone team are destroying Autobotz team. Ari makes a lot of balls in the ground.
Exactly right. Now this is going to be interesting to see how things will turn around. We compromise on the key players for Autobotz Esports. Not a great sign because they are looking forward to the championship. They are just some few steps away to lift the trophy, get the bragging rights. We can't afford to fall at the situation, but really thinking out loud. Big dead on the side of Autobotz Esports in the very team of the mark. But also, the making of just being away from the spot of the Nagi and Lars is just a wise choice in my opinion because now, one thing Autobotz needs to figure out, you've got an enough job, you've got a 12-point lead for yourself in the overall rankings. What you need is to be consistent with your performance. If you want to become consistent, you have to play it safe, sound, and in a composed manner, not to make any mistakes in the final two games which might cost you your championship title.
These guys are just amazing. They know the fact that they can't after the course of results. It can be Autobotz, it can be Banzai, it can be TSN, it can be anybody who's closer to that mark where Autobotz is sitting. So the differences are not too big, and that's a showcase of all the things we provide them. And I'm super happy to see sports a lot of the in a different way showcasing and putting in more efforts and intent to ensure that they will want to fight.
There's been a lot of exceptional plays with every team out there. Really can't say that how Elusivity Esports Reports needs to come back performance TSN. Just imagine they were around the top 5 by yesterday and now today they're sitting in the second spot competing for the championship. 12 points away from Autobotz Esports, so not way too much far. As every time we're talking about TSN, they have the potential. There's nothing would be called as impossible in the game of BGMI. Just imagine TSN pulling off a 20-point advantage back off the mark. Things can go really dicey for Autobotz if they fall apart. If they run down, it's very magical. They've already lost the lead. Left with 3 more players. If they can play a little bit steady and goes way not to work themselves in early fights. But mishaps always happen. So you have to be prepared for that.
If they are looking to change things up and suddenly they start doing things which are not does not come to them naturally, can just hamper the result as well. Because something which we are not comfortable with in these kind of situations can be a big problem for you as a team. So yeah, they should look for fights. They should look for those elimination points which they are good at, right? And we said that yesterday that when we started championship season 2, that they are the favorites and they're still the favorites. They have a chance to win this, but it's not confirmed yet until the last matches go off. But at this point of time, again, there is slow and dull period which usually see in Myanmar that teams are just waiting for the rampage to start. And we have 5 seconds on the clock before the stage 2 starting.
Preston Katie is going to come up very soon. Stage number 2 is here. Turkey is still completely capitalizing on the central part of the map around the years of power great graveyard. See what teams are there down south. Elusivity Esports attacking the Nagaland blue zone out there on the eastern side. We've got Autobotz completely out of the frame. Around the years of truck stop continuing their decent basic routes, which is quite essential for the long run because Turkey is really far away. Also on slow red circle, so it doesn't involve it much. Take as much time as you want around the years of truck stop. Rising underdogs up north in the years of Eastern Border. But we take down south there. It's in that area, this kind of complete vacant, which is +1 for them. That's a good spot, but in the meantime, the northwestern part of Boston, it doesn't look that quiet because there are so many locations happening. There are already shots being fired across the streets.
Salai is just pulling Hacienda right now. And execute a lot of situations which was disappointing on that part because specifically knowing the fact that they had the potential, where they can be a lot better team than what shows in the scoreboard all over the standings right now. So yeah, Salah is going to definitely change things up going on to the future. We will wait for that to be, but at this point of time, they are looking to rotate and they may be towards a better spot. They're inside the circle and while there.
But next thing that comes to mind is going to be SEG. And we're going to see how they're performing to the setting 65 points, not something where they were expecting a tremendous start just behind it. Out of 65 points, 27 points is what they had backed up in the very first game. Right now, five points on board. On the hill, they have and the first here, no doubts about it. SEG, they have come down in many matches, which has costed 10 million points, which were really crucial for the technology championship. The one thing I really thought that SEG will be one of the most prime contenders to win this tournament alongside Autobotz Esports. They still should have raised, nothing's taken away, but it seems a little tough.
On the other end, they did manage to pull up some points today. We were pretty happy with the intention for some time. And still, what we believe they still are, because it is so keen to watch out for in these last two matches. But they can shift gears when they want to. Specifically, it's not like they don't want SEG, right? And they can fight right now. At the moment, I think 3 fighting is very cheap going up against SEG and 4 Exports. Let SEG fight
interesting, it was really interesting how the show their faces back at this section. Giving some really bad hard time inside the WA, but people also want to make sure that they get some finishes out of the trying to do something different. You want to know if there's a right to the one side, trying to get some smoke over up for himself. Not going to be that easy to kind of providing the cover and then it's time. Let us find out because the position is really dicey for the
again, last time surviving again, at this moment, the point doesn't have any smokes to be with. There's sound over there was the master body, we need an effort to escape from the game.
But it seems like TSN, they have been some bad matches. TFA and TSN, they were having to wrong each other, and now like TSN, they might have lost a couple of players up there. Not quite sure about how many players that they've lost. Maybe they've recovered. Thank you, since knockouts coming in, now SEG Esports is also important himself in the fight with TFK. TFK got 2 finishes. Does mean without TSN might have lost 2 of the players. Not a big sign for them, but some real games rising under the dogs. This is the mini interesting fight around 3 guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody over chicken dinner because people remind of that. So they are in confidence, they have to do something with them. So that's not concerned. They have to do also. I think that on the other end, really well today. She saw the first half of the day. So this Queen's position is going to be interesting. Plus, the position for the corner is going to be just serving. But yes, to those hard fights,
course, I mean, course pace versus course against each other. Why did you choose that spot?
There's a compound still there inside the circle where it moves a lot of Elusivity. All the members are surviving in this area, and I think the goal is we never whereas as you think he gets to pick on edge, someone is being us now or what. It's good that there's a great versions only have to they are also potential. I'm sure they won't be thinking of that first spot. I think first spot, where is Autobotz is the question because Autobotz holds the key Autobotz side the circle before it's not get called big problem. And remember, initially the fight started with the score which might have the last circle.
It might be correct because they have to meet the intense side of the match mechanics that can take it down to the extent. I don't think that's the right and wrong with the Master Boy. That's the right that most of them is backed up by TPW. Breaking every day, taking down now inside SEG Esports. He says just once again, they need more and more points to create the buffer as TSN has so many points next night. It's hard to just give an opportunity for Autobotz to use the buffer themselves.
아직도 jolly jawle try na kore जल्दी जाओ
Dance करो
सो वाईफाई पासवर्ड दिना
dance करो what
वाईफाई पासवर्ड दिन
oh I don't know but working that they are using for the game
अलग खाली इतना भी ना
I don't think so alright
Yeah, exactly. He should have gone in. He should have kept it on. But if we can do that, now it's a 1-2. They have to provide XPC games. The canister package was another thing that survived. Even broken walls, it said G. They are looking at the team coming. We have to get it right. We have to wait. With all four of those, wherever it comes in, he's stuck in this corner. So good. It's not the problem. Circle is here. Soul is put on one. Only the problem is set G. To all those shooters, needs to make a move now. With only 1 second is left. How will the start to be how many teams go out? People will fight this and loud. Shot. Concerning if you where able to outfit, this is going to be a moment where he has to go all in and take all the risks in the world of energy. Scriptures just there around you. So this actually commends for him to come on the right moment. Maybe snatching the chicken from the hands of Autobotz. Autobotz is having a view with this chicken finger, I'm quite sure. Everybody's doing the time, everybody's waiting for the right to strike. Everybody's aware how to go this in the market. It's going to be here on. We have already jumped in. We have already done How long did you take? I think this was ZG. Good fans inside the compound. And he's bringing them next with right next time. Get set, pick it up here. Becoming has to come out. GS Nora, moving, everybody has to come on. The Joker is going to take him down, but ZG is down and out Nora. This is the way he wants to
Sprint race ay na-crazy. I'm not sure what is happening. Like a dream hopper.
Sure, he created, right, along with the 9 had the highest number of impact and the impact he had in this game. It was pretty he played really smart. In stats right now, right? He wants to see this level. They have make sure he gets extra points. Which, of course, it doesn't matter for 4-8 shots, right? If you want a 4-8 shot, have exhaustive chances of attention for that championship slot. But we really have a shot that's 2.2 version of 4-8 shot is what I think to make. And the intent is so good that I think I have to mention it. That's why I like it.
Sometimes when you have nothing to do, you just go over something extraordinary and all of your fears, you just look at them and you just love the era or in that zone right now. We have to like nothing to do what we can walk away with, some good position points and maybe good ending. But you know what? We will be jumping on the next picture, the very last game of this Hornbill Esports Championship, season number 2, BGMI, just right over there.
먼저 나이요. Mike, you will come here. Yeah, you go with them. Go with him. And welcome them.
됐어. 완전 맵다. 이제 오죠. 제가 원투 팀 명.
So many matches have been done and dusted, but it all comes down to this one and last final match of Hornbill Esports Championship, season number 2 of the BGMI. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the grand final. This is going to be Nicholas, and alongside me, it's going to be Oro. I mean, we have had a few challenges so far. I mean, yesterday we had 5 matches, today we're going to have 4 matches. We never won more the 5, 10, 15 of the grand final. And that will be a different match, unlike that ordinary one time to play one final round to decide who is going to be champion of this one.
Absolutely, because I think this will be a hell of a match where will know for sure if they will be crowned champion for Esports Championship. But with Autobotz, the last game, what they said that this is a surprise because as I mentioned, this is going to be a Rondo, where things are going to unfold, that this is going to be the final time where we're going to say the Hornbill Esports Championship season 22. We are live and Nagi is the pilot who is riding this flight at this moment.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just be prepared, Kohima. This is going to be the final match of Hornbill Esports Championship season number 2. And this as we control from the northern side of Raya, we can enter in the southwestern part of Lanko. And now this is going to be western side oriented flight pilots. What we see, it's a very small map, but let me remind you one thing. In Rondo, you have an option unlike any other map in the game of BGMI that you have the recall option. Even if you take those early intentions, turn things around. For TSN, they might have not got a lot more points in the last match itself, but this map can be keep changing. If they can back up almost more than 10 plus finishes, they can get a chicken dinner. You never know that even TSN might just be thrown out of balls out of the equation and lift away the entire championship title for themselves.
Yes, but I want to say that SEG is also in contention. So is Partner Esports. They have got some good amount of points because that is something to watch out for. The circle between the angles towards the eastern side of this map of Rondo. Look at Autobotz. They have some. It looks like they want to have a challenge with someone's dream, and it's going to be interesting to watch out for because. Let's see how Autobotz deals with this. Autobotz gets eliminated. Then and only then I think things can go down south. That is the only way I think the other teams will open the floodgates.
Just look at this TSN, they've already started talking about Bambi. From eventually, he was a man going out and early notes at Esports agent just right in front of him. He was doing all of the total personal. Once again, this one is done and dusted. They want to start Autobotz, but they need to do something to read. He was signing there. Once again, this is not the day, this is not the match where we say anything. There's going to be something that the others will tell the story after Autobotz. Have to be cautious. He's got a show to do his last match. He was the MVP, and this time again, he ends the one goal triggered. Very close. Finished off with Lobster is far away, will be the one healer or one, and another player to get the recall done if in case all of the 3 players gets taken down. But Autobotz, the start seems really good for them.
The problem is they didn't have any backup, right? They didn't have to manage to get to knockouts. Not backup, actually, that is the concern right now, like, but there's other teams fighting it out. You see our rising underdogs who are facing heat right now from SEG Esports who are fighting somewhere in this map of Rondo. And to be expected is that Rondo is a map where it showcases aggressiveness and so uncertain, right? So there was a time when this small sandbox used to do this to us. Now it's the map of Rondo and it has full of surprises for sure for us.
Literally getting damage. Taking down to Esports with the consequences, early fights, but early finishes impacted by TSN. Now, this is going to be a match where TSN realize this is going to be Rondo and this is where we can literally turn things on more meeting. You will never know about it. Proper connection. He's got the idea of where the players are standing, trying to provide as much as possible damage to the side, but also they have to be aware of another team coming from the back doors. So someone's dream, they will be waiting for TSN.
The team managed to eliminate the other players, but there is another team in the vicinity from the third party that's been right underdogs because of the bomb. And the knockout there was finished off by Nagaland.
This area is always going to be every time you see teams taking the draw around this place, you get to do it, but you also take the consequences of it. Once the third party, thanks to the Sam. Good. Sports favorite first to get us rated the map from Miramar. This time also we're facing consequences. Netherlands have secured 4 beautiful finishes for themselves. Sam is going to be job to accomplish. That's going to be entirely explosive right in front of his eyes. Long second does have a matchup. It's going to be the numbers coming into the frame. Not quite sure about how long are they to sustain this fight or kind of bridge this fight. Moses aware of the positions of Sam in that direction, but all the damage has been done, knockout as a right. The Smosh has been confined in one particular location, is but he's playing the big straight out there.
Finish the last man there. But listen, Johnson knocks him out. Columbus once again can be seen. He comes again now. Player down there. He will be able to revive the top out. This is very couple and fighting it out again. We have a fight outside the circle, and the circle will give a huge amount of damage unless you start moving towards the edges of it. But let's see when do they win, because all these teams in front want to miss out on opportunity to get some elimination points. That is the teams are looking to stall at each other.
It's like a big cluster that happened around southwestern part of the circle, while the ball is still intact in the smack center of the circle around here in test track. They don't even care about how much information they're going to walk away with them, but now, just two information that they've racked up. But what they're focused on, I believe, is going to be the best performance. One way or the other, it's the best position for all of our look back at the chicken dinner, you know you're closer to the championship. What you need is probably 5 to 6 more points to add in your ranking and secure your victory. I don't know, SEG, TSN, a lot of teams standing behind. They walk away with the chicken dinner in this game. It might just be closer to you with what about skates and
We have the gas can on the stairs and already making shots on it. Just waiting if somebody wants to peek in towards him through the stairs. DFK players are falling in that trap. Wait a minute, who with the IG actually trying to underdogs have I think almost been able to take out SEG Esports. Almost eliminated by what I see. Yeah, exactly. They have been eliminated. Rising underdog, finally they shine. So it was so overwhelming to see them not perform. Right? With them, when we saw the potentially showcase the first two games yesterday, good to see them getting them right back at least in the last map of Rondo.
Exactly, they are looking forward to do something better. BGMI, it's almost finishes with the buzzer. Oh man, it was quite close when they were expecting somebody to pop up like that. And Masa won't be getting any help at this moment. Right, Masa boy will be a good revival thanks to the teammates who came in right when he saved state. Now BGMI with 3 finishes in total with their bag, will be looking forward to rotating people inside the circle. 1,000 meters or 1,400 meters is what they need to travel right now. It's a long journey for them, but look at the circle, Autobotz sitting in the smack center next track. Circle it is. Medal rings already there for his lot alongside your SEG Esports in the mix. Trying to find out for the northwestern side. It's completely vacant if you ask me. You've got so many green space inside the circle with 3 times SG. 2 players knocked out. I don't think there's any chance of the revival right now for Morris and Razor. Trying to get away from the spot as quickly as possible to the spot. I don't know if we don't have a follow-up.
I mean, the great in stage 4, in stage 3, we have one more opportunity. Once this circle is done, I think we'll just but rising up the board, as expected, they have eliminated another team. Okay. Looks like they have a different plan in this team. Since one man survived, it was possible for them to revive all the other members. That kind of remaining teams are still in that. No team has been eliminated, and neither has, if there has been any eliminations as well, it has been in single numbers. But they're also getting revived back slowly in cycle.
Right now, you can see some of the fights already started. Popping off left, right, center. I don't know, man, but somehow WHO is always deeply getting sandwiched in the end. I'm not winning this fight because they have to become the best play as possible. But a couple of knocks out there. But now, the time comes when we need to go for all the approach of the corner. It's going to be in Faisal
Still 15 teams and 52 players are alive, so it's going to be chaotic. You see those kind of situations, as you said, the WHO sandwich, there's a lot of sandwiches coming in, and a lot of third parties, fourth parties being done, and teams are going to be fighting left and center. Question is when it's going to start. Already started slowly. You see those finishing moving. And God. Autobotz would be a little bit concerned about their spot. Also, we have two finishes as I spoke this part. And TSN, but at this very moment, this is not the team who fights for the title. This is the first elimination we see. We have
Oh my God, he was the one that last night, I think, for quite a lot. You have to hear about right now. In a really nice spot, and that is a big mistake that you have done quite a lot. And celebrating the future surviving a little bit forward. It's great. Also, like sports makes it a really nice situation for Forex to survive for a long run. But sports could be some consequences. A couple of knocks, people thought 6 minutes should be back. Forex is not pretty happy with the results of what they have done. Right now, it's moved on to the they have really quite a better score. They're really concentrated. Now, second is going to come forward with the reserves. They're not as if left anymore. For example, they have to survive with both of the players that are still surviving and have to look forward for succeed for animals from where they can take some more finishes. When the captains are more damage to produce or not. Why scores are being broken? He doesn't want to take any risks.
Trying to recall his team when he will lose an opportunity. I think this is the last time we will see them starting off the fifth stage. Closing of the fourth stage has started, has begun. Look at this compound like Esports, Autobotz. And also not have that extra fight back. Has somehow compound. He is back now, which he survived for his team. Comes in from them. Back, Autobotz, and we have 4 eliminations. Last man being taken out, and we have 4 eliminations in their team.
Broken crew of SEG right on one thing. He has to be, there is no other option. That's a compromise that he has to be. 2 teammates, down and out, nothing that can be done. That seems to very kicks off step in the very worst possible moment in my opinion. 4x rod, every reading down L-fire, left, right, and center. From the very beginning of the grand finals, which is not the very case. Right now for X-Lot, again making sure that they end this tournament with a fantastic note. And with all the media that they're showcasing on the 2 players that they're showcasing right now, I am really happy to see this one of this team. big game. They've done what they wanted to do. They're a couple of steps away on lifting the trophy probably because there's nobody under contention. TSN at 8 finishes. Now, it makes them sense that the difference was quite high. TSN needs to check into this, and nothing that can be an alternative option for them. Because most of the mates will also be life tough for other teams around this side of the circle. Talk about rising underdogs, they're still in contention. So, like Esports, one player still surviving. Yuga, solo, Rocky, solo, Kenzo, Nagi, solo there as well. So many solo players surviving. Representing the low teammates out there. Twice a lot, they're also about one more. They're standing inside the game as well. Now, we've sporting players have been in contention. And inside the set, we've seen Kenzo, who was surviving for a bit now. Someone's dream just crushes the dream. But then one last player keeping their hopes alive and their points growing up one after another as their group of night praises what they have for themselves before it goes to the next time. How Kohima survive all
Absolutely, someone really goes to face, we will make sure they have sort of their last time. He becomes the man who gets the finish on the osmosis and then come to tempers. We're taking inside the person, but this venom, the arm numbers in their favor as well, right? Because that's just one position where you get some kind of advantage. Someone's dream position is what you want because that's the position you want to be in. Because that's the spot where you have the circle right now. When you kill everything, they want to push right now because it's going to be difficult for someone's dreams to be because they don't have anything right now.
Yeah, that's something that's going to give out of now forward. This was a game that we wanted to showcase us, but Venom has been taking down a little counter trades coming from inside of India, keeping hopes alive. Someone's dream defeating consequences. Constantly, barrages are being landed on their side. Hitman makes the definition possible. Ghostface, he was the clutch master in the previous match. Make sure that his team is still alive, intact in the position. And Monaco should do the damage, and that is going to be the end of someone's dream. Entire map of Rondo. But look who is ready to make explosive. When we get the information, Bryce untouched, just in the foothills. Simon team who's going to walk away with taking the rest of the question. Which on the front and person who wants to get all these advantages. Demographic advantage still lies on both sides of the smoothness. Vibration in back for Bryce. Not going to be on a Yuga. Makes the beautiful connection, but gets it down to retaliation from Nasty Boy. 2 minutes down the line. Season number 2.
When you want to game, you want to map the front, this map all the way showcase and giving us, excitement and that is what we wanted as well. Where for a moment we thought that Autobotz might be facing some kind of challenges. They did face it. It also knocked out here and there, but they did manage to pull up their socks and they were right back in the driver's seat. As you mentioned, the difference between TSN and also with the Autobotz the numbers were a little higher, also from SEG. All the teams needed to do was to get this game into a chicken dinner, but hard for them that it didn't happen so.
We had one more different Euro rankings, but Hitman 7 finishes with lakh. Damage. Jonas was on his toes and it was a bonkers moment.
Absolutely, he did play really well. Rising underdog, just showcases the talent right there. That's why we were disappointed when they weren't able to showcase what they have got in there. But again, we started off with they were the 16 teams who made towards the land finals in Kohima. Indira Gandhi Stadium, and this is the Hornbill Esports Championship. Of course, we will move ahead towards the winner team checking in the stats. So where I think a lot more into the end and 7 finishes. Nasty boy. Goodness me, this man was on a roll on
Nasty boy was nasty enough to have the all 7 finishes for himself. But again, this was the final, draw, and they were full of resources. They had a really great outing in my cricket in that match final, but also they have done some incredible amount of job in securing the better places for themselves in this entire competition. But again, this tournament was somewhere for in where we got to see some incredible performance, some incredible athletes coming from so many players. They have done an exceptional job in entertaining us throughout this entire tournament. And probably Hornbill Festival Season 2 is just something that every other esports aspect would love to be a part of. And probably in the upcoming seasons where we will see more and more teams being a part of this entire tournament.
absolutely, because I think that is for sure and the platform.
There is a knock coming in, but that came in from a different region. Who is causing more problems, as I said. One of these teams start to fight. There's going to be other players who's going to have fun. This one is happening right now.
Player surviving as one of the other way. Alex has been knocked out. TFK exactly push. One knockout will buy some time for TSN, but not quite sure about how long. Alex needs to go himself up as quickly as possible. TSN, if they want to stay alive in this competition, they better be looking forward to capitalize this fight as required. And just as we speak, Alpha Boys connected on Astro. Thanks, so like it's not going to be consequences, but TSN.